All right, everybody, welcome back to another Dokkan video. We're going to be going over the 8th anniversary information here. It's coming up soon on Global, little under a month away. And I wanted to go ahead and do kind of a, what to expect for the 8th anniversary, kind of a should you summon, what to look out for, things like that. We're just all encompassing my general ideas on, or my general thoughts on the 8th anniversary. So first, I figured most people are interested in the units. Anytime there's a big anniversary, right? Or anytime there's a big celebration, the thing people are most concerned about are the units. It's like, what are the units? How good are the units? Should I come back for the units? Are these units on teams that I'm going to run? Do they have good leader skills that are new player friendly? Things like that. So, wanted to go ahead and get my thoughts on this. Now, I have been on my JP account for the past few days. Just playing it. So I made a note on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go check me out there. Link in the description below, as always. I made a comment that I was kind of like out of characters to link level on global, which I know this sounds insane, and somebody's gonna look at it and be like, "Well, you've shown your box. You still have characters to link level," which is true. But the units that I have left to link level aren't really important to me, or haven't awakened yet, or are Rs, SRs, things like that, right? So it's just not characters that I really want to spend time investing in whenever I can invest in my second account, which is my JP account, and get that kind of up to a standard where it needs to be. That being said, I have both 8th anniversary LR units on my JP account. The Boo Saga unit right here that is on the screen is at 55%, and this unit right here, the GT unit, is at 69%. So I don't whale out as much over there. I'm mostly free to play. Anytime I'm buying stones, it's just because it's like, hey, I really want to support the game, and I might buy a sale pack or two, or if like currently I've been link leveling, so I bought a couple sales packs just to have like a decent amount of stones so that I can auto link level, get things going, and not have to worry about stamina. So be sure to check out my auto link leveling guide as well if you want to, figure out what I'm doing on how to link level characters. So anyway, I have these guys at full link level 10, 55% and 69% respectively, but I wanted to kind of get them. I haven't used them since they came out in January, so that's been 6 months. So I wanted to kind of get a fresh idea in my head. How do they perform? How do they look? What do their teams look like? Things like that. So just know that I'm going into this video that I've spent 2.5 minutes introducing, having played the 8th anniversary and used the units. So just keep that in mind. So first up here we have the Boo Saga unit. Now, before we got their information and their details, this is the unit that I was most excited for. So growing up, kind of watching Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, I always thought that the end of the Boo Saga, to me, that was like the end of Dragon Ball. Now, I know that like literally, there's like I guess the time skip just goes into GT, right? So, but to me, I never really liked GT that much. I always found I just didn't like GT. I won't get into that in this video, but I was never a huge fan. I like the Super Saiyan 4s. I think the Super Saiyan 4s are a great concept. I think the villains are a great concept. I do not like the story and the way things play out in GT. It's like people like to rag on the I'm sorry, I'm going on my soapbox. People like to rag on like Dragon Ball Super and the Tournament of Power, and they're like, Goku regressed so much as a character. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe blah, 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 blah. GT is so much better. He's so serious. It's like, guys, go back and watch the Super 17 fight, okay? Just go watch that, okay? And then come back and talk to me, okay? Anyway, so Boo Saga unit. This is the unit that I was most excited for, and I would say, post 8th anniversary, I actually like this unit better, but to me, it actually makes this moment right here like more hype to me, if that makes sense. It's like these units in Dokkan have like altered my opinion on like the actual show itself, which isn't actually true. I still think the Boo Saga, like the Boo Saga Spirit Bomb ending, is just like amazing. I love it. I love the ending to the Boo Saga. Anyway, so Power of Wishes, or Final Trump Card category, key +3, HP attack and defense 170%, and their additional 30% is to Connected Hope or Majin Boo Saga. This is not at the beginning of the 8th anniversary, this was not an insane leader skill. If we just look at it here, let me go ahead and pull up Final Trump Card. I don't have that one pulled up. But if we go ahead and look at Power of Wishes here, before the 8th anniversary, this guy didn't exist. This guy wasn't easy aid. These guys had an easy aid. This guy has an easy aid. They had, but you know, it's, you want to run them with the Zamasu, and you can run them together, but I don't really know if you want to do that. I guess you can. Up to you. Keep in mind they're not on the 200% though, so running them. Bowman didn't exist. This unit was there, so you know, here's our, like, we have Orange Piccolo and this guy. This is like our first two good options, right? And maybe, you know, some players probably didn't summon for this guy, knowing the 8th anniversary was coming up. I'm sure some people skipped him, thinking that he might be back, you know, for Golden Week, which he was. So who knows if you actually had this guy going into the 8th anniversary on JP. This is the leader themselves. This guy fell off hard with Red Zone. This guy, again, same thing. And then you get down here, and it's like, ooh, Tech Ultimate Gohan, there we go. Tell me whenever you see a card that, this guy hadn't easy aid yet, and again, I don't know, you kind of want to just stick to this guy on Universal, or really just reps of Universe 7. This guy wasn't out yet. Lord Slug, there we go. So yeah, you look at this category, and Power of Wishes was not in a good spot at the beginning of the anniversary, and then we go over to Final Trump card, sort of the same thing. These guys hadn't easy aid yet, you know, we kind of suspected that they would, but at the beginning, whenever these guys dropped, you know, they had an easy aid. Again, same thing with these two. They were here, but they were a year old at this point, so they could be used, but, you know, definitely not at the top of their game anymore. This guy was already barely fringe red zone whenever they came out, and so nobody was really using them. We just talked about him. You know, you're not running Frieza on a team of Saiyans. You're just not doing that. This unit was like fringe red zone right whenever they easy aid, just because there were no other options. So, you know, you don't really want to use them, but I guess you could. Same thing with this guy. Again, there's the other 8th anniversary LR unit. We already mentioned them. This unit needs an easy aid. This unit had an easy aid. This unit, they fumbled his easy aid, sadly. Like, I guess you can run Cooler on there, but again, it's like the same thing. You don't really want to mix villains and hero units on this team. It just doesn't really work well. This unit's not really red zone viable. You know, some people like to argue for him, but they, you know, can't. Like, well, this unit, same thing as them. This unit, same thing as him. We get down. This is their banner unit. We're not talking about the banner units, by the way. The banner units suck. I'm sorry. We're not even going to talk about them. This unit, had they easy aid? Did they just easy aid before this? When did this guy easy aid? Hang on. When did this guy easy aid? Yeah. So they had just easy aid right before. So there's a viable, you know, unit. So we've got like 3 now or something. Nothing really here. Nothing, not really, you know, this guy is basically, you know, all the 7th anniversary units, it's basically the same story, right? Like, this guy wasn't out yet. Yeah, tell me if I'm missing something. You know, this guy hadn't easy aid yet, so you can see here, right? This guy easy aid during the anniversary, so you can see here that at the beginning of the anniversary, and still even at, well, no, after, it's actually fine after, because you have these guys, but you can see here that this leader skill really isn't super insane, or really new player friendly, other than, if you're summoning on the 8th anniversary banners, this unit is on it, this unit is on it, this unit's on it, on the banner, I mean, this unit's on the banner, this unit's on the banner, this unit's on the banner. I don't remember what other ones are on the banner, but, you know, the 5th, 7th, and I think 6th and 8th anniversary LRs are all on those teams. And the 5th, 7th, and 8th are viable in the current meta, so, like, if you're summoning, there's a good chance that if you got these guys, you might have gotten the other anniversary units, who then became good at the end of the anniversary, so, decent banner if you're a new player. Super Tech Effect, both are on 12 key, they just raise defense. On 18 key, they greatly raise defense. These are going to be permanent stacks every single time they super attack. They raise attack for 1 turn, greatly raise attack for 1 turn on 18 key, and then Colossal and Mega Colossal, respectively, for 12 and 18 key. Their passive skill is attack and defense plus 200% at the start of turn. They get an additional 50% when HP is 50% or more, an additional defense plus 100%, and key plus 1 per key sphere obtained as the first attacker in the turn, an additional 100% attack, an additional 2 key per key sphere obtained as the second or third attacker in the turn. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18. Launches an additional super attack when key is 24. They get an additional key plus 1. And chance of performing a critical hit plus 10% up to 50% with each super attack performed. Now, I would like to say for this last line right here, this additional key right here with each super attack performed, keep in mind that will activate, I believe, both of these right here. So if you're at 17 key and they super attack, I believe that will activate this 18 key, and then the same thing if they're at 23 key and they super attack, then like it'll count as them being at 24 key and it'll trigger that additional in their passive. So pretty good. You can see the gist of their super attacks here are they're getting key very like for free. This is unlimited right here. Key plus 1 with each super attack performed. This is unlimited. So every single time they're super attacking, they're getting a key. They get an extra key per key sphere in slot 1. They get two extra key per key sphere in slot 2 or 3, and then they're just building up key, right? So, and then they just have like Saiyan links. So this unit just is getting key for free, and then they're stacking defense. It sounds good on paper. The issue with this unit is that they are just raw defense in this state. This is what I don't like about them. This unit, I'm not super high on. It's like you can get them to like 500, 600k defense. That's not enough. Like on their second appearance, that's not enough. You guys know if you're going into these fights these days, it's like you got to be boom ready to go as soon as possible in a lot of these fights, and like their defense levels just don't get insane until like I don't know, they've supered consistently 3 rotations in a row, which would be like turn 1, 3, and 5. So by turn 5, maybe they're starting to get decent defense, maybe. But that's my issue with this unit, is that they just build up raw stats, and those stats just don't build up fast enough. However, with the saving, also here's their like everything else, link skills and categories. You can go over that yourself, but it's just, you know, Saiyan links and then just basic Saiyan categories, more or less. What saves this unit as like an anniversary headliner and what makes them so valuable is their standby right here. So now standbys on global were introduced with the 23rd World Tournament Goku. But let's go ahead and read their standby, as this was like the first, I guess, and second right here. You know, they're tied. Standbys on it just in the game, right? Just in general. So standby skill, they switch to standby for 5 turns. They gain an additional 1 charge count per key sphere obtained for all allies. What this means is every time you collect a key sphere, it charges. They get a little gauge. So if you're unfamiliar with how their standby works, it's different than 23rd World Goku, in that whenever you stand by with this character, you are charging a key meter, and the more key you collect, the more damage their standby attack does. So whereas Goku's like a standby attack and revive, theirs is a just standby attack that you launch, like an active skill essentially, but you can charge it up and make it more powerful depending on how many key spheres you're able to obtain. So their standby can be activated when HP is 50% or less, or after performing 4 super attacks during battle starting with the 4th turn from the start of turn. So basically, you're mostly going to get this active whenever your HP drops below 50%, because you're going to go into a turn, you're going to be under 50% HP, and you're just going to pop their standby. Now, you can activate it, like this is the secondary condition. In my experience, most of the time when I'm activating it, it's because I'm meeting this condition right here. Sorry, this condition right here. You know, I go into a turn, and I got to really think about it, because you can only have, if you're running both of these guys, like you're running their team, only one of them can be standing by at a time. You can stand by both in the fight, but you can only do one at a time. So, you know, if you go into a rotation, you're like, well, we could probably survive it on this rotation without standing by, and then you have the other one on the other rotation, and you're like, well, we might need a more defensive ace on that character. Let's stand by there. you know, that's a smart decision you have to make, and just kind of like think about is, you know, when do you want to activate their standby? Because whenever you activate their standby, you go into Goku and Vegeta base form. The sprite is just Vegeta, I believe. Basically, everything's the same. Their passive skill is they are unable to attack except for their finish effect. The finish effect is I mentioned that you charge a key bar, and then you get to launch their attack like an active skill. So instead of an active skill, they're calling it a finish effect. Vegeta, I'm just going to call this unit like Vegeta. Even though it's Goku and Vegeta, I'm just going to call this Vegeta. Gets defense plus 250%. They guard all attacks for 4 turns. They randomly change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. They reduce damage received by 8% per key sphere obtained. And they get an additional attack plus 500% when performing the finish attack or the standby active skill, if you want to think about it like that. So they have 2 finish effects depending on if you are able to collect enough key spheres based on, you know, how many. So if you collect 38 or less, then you get the finish attack 1, which is just the basic spirit bomb. You get attack plus 18% per charge counter accumulated. So it'd be 15% times 38 or less, however many key spheres you collect. And this has its own special animation. I guess you could call it a Dokkan original. It's basically just Goku launching the spirit bomb prematurely. Whereas down here, if you are able to collect 39 or more key spheres before you launch it, you get 20%, so 5% more comparatively on all of these key spheres that you collect and charge up that bar. And it does super ultimate damage to the enemy as opposed to just ultimate. Basically, this translates to if you're able to collect 39 or more key spheres, this thing gonna hit hard, is what that translates to. So, this Vegeta is very good. He cannot, basically, there's not many things, if you get a decent amount of key spheres, that can damage him. And he's a rainbow orb changer, so this is like the true value of this unit comes from their standby. And then, you know, you get to a turn where it's like, okay, we just need to launch the standby now. You launch it, and you do like 20 million damage or something. Like, depending on how many key spheres you collect. So, and just, you know, typing of the enemy, if you crit or not, things like that. So, this, like, I love this. I think this character, beautiful. This portion of the character, this is flashy, but I'm not as high on these guys. So, I did mention, by the way, that this is going to be like this is probably going to be like a long video. This is probably going to be the only video that goes out on Mondays. So just keep in mind. Feel free to hop around to whichever portion interests you, but I just want to talk about these units, the 8th anniversary, things like that. I was a big proponent that I don't think the 8th anniversary was good enough because I don't think it matched up at all to the worldwide celebration. I could probably make that a separate video. I might do that on Tuesday, just comparing the two and why I think, you know, one is better than the other. And then this will just kind of keep as a informative video. Let me know if that would interest you guys at all. I'll probably do it anyway, but I like to see the comments, so let me know. So my experience using this unit, because I've been mostly running their team, because you can run both of the 5th anniversary fusions on their team, whereas you cannot on the GT version of the team. I was able to clear, we'll get into like the actual event and talking about it, but I was able to clear the 8th anniversary battle using basically just their team. And then same thing with the Shadow Dragon event, so pretty good unit. I don't remember where I ranked them on my top 10. They are top 10, but this, I think, side of the card really holds them back, especially against the 8th anniversary Sin Shinron. You guys will see. You'll go in there. You'll have like 8 stacks with this character, and then Sin at the end will just like one-shot you and do like 750k. Keep in mind, mine is, you know, 55%, but yeah, you know, I don't really like seeing my 8th anniversary LR premium unit that they sold me just get one shot off the field because my other one on the other rotation was in standby mode, so I couldn't stand by this one as well. So I was just at the mercy of Sin, and you know, he just decimates you. So don't really like seeing that. This is also a unit that if you get 2 of them in the same rotation, it does not feel good. You know, there's some units on the game that if you get 2 of them in the same rotation, it's fine. It's like, whatever. You get 2, you get double Path to Power Kid Goku, whatever. You can work around it. You get 2 of this unit, and it's like, little spooky. depending on who that third unit is. So, good unit. Should you summon for them? Probably, you know, at least do, like, we're probably going to get discounts. You know, at least do, like, the first rotation on their banner. But I would say focus on the GT unit, who I think is just much, much better. And I think that there is a gap between how good this unit is compared to how good this unit is. And I think people knew, or I think Dokkan knew that they didn't have to sell this unit as much. Like, they didn't have to make their passive necessarily as good. They could just kind of make it flashy, and it would trick people into summoning for them because they're not as good as they are. Whereas the GT unit, they knew, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Base Goku, not quite as hype. Like this, listen, the end of the Buu Saga is like insanely hype. But like this is like, you know, they already burned the good, like the good portion of the fight with the 7th anniversary Gogeta, and then you're coming in with this. It's like, it's kind of like a step down. Like I could see this unit for Tanabata, like is what, not that Tanabata's bad, but you know, it's not the anniversary or worldwide. You guys get what I'm saying? So, you know, I think they made this unit's kit better to help get them up on the same hype level, if that makes sense. So, Power of Wishes. We already looked at Power of the Wishes. Power of Wishes, so I won't go over that again. But let me go ahead and pull up Battle of Fate just to refresh your memory. Here we go. Again, these units you don't want to use in Red Zone. You can fringe use UI. He's not bad. AGL Gohan is good. This guy can be used situationally. And he does link well with this unit. So, Again, keep in mind, this guy had an easy aid. This is the same. We already talked about this guy. Vegeta and Trunks, amazing. So glad they're on this team. Love it, love it, love it. Anytime Vegeta and Trunks is on the team, it's a good team. This guy, like, needed an easy A on release. He was pretty undertuned on release. I don't want to hear any arguing about it. This guy was undertuned on release. Again, God Goku had an easy aid. Again, I'm looking at this from the perspective of JP and like how good this team was whenever it, you know, launched. Because now you look at this and it's like, okay, you're a global player. Maybe you have this guy, maybe you easy aid him. You have this guy, you probably have him easy aid. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Had a big yawn. Had to take care of it. You know, these two, you might have them at this point since they were on Golden Week. Oh, can you guys actually see? There we go. I don't know if you've been able to see the cursor this whole time. Oh, no. I've probably just been saying, this guy, and you guys have been like, who the hell are you talking about? Sorry. But Piccolo here. It's pretty likely that you have these guys now if you summoned on the 23rd World Tournament banners. This unit is the leader. That's who we're talking about for Battle of Fate at the moment. And then you kind of scroll down, and it's not the most insane. It's not the most insane roster of all time. Again, sorry, I'm like getting the yawns. But maybe you have God Goku. I don't know. Like you can make a team with this, but listen, you might just want to run their team. All right, because you can run them, them. This guy after easy A's. This guy. You know, a lot of good units. You know, this guy's on their team. I don't really like him, but he's there. It's like you can run a lot of good units under their umbrella. So, this is Battle of Fate. I don't really have much to say about it other than it's not great. But it's okay. That's about all I gotta say about it. Like, it's got some hard hitters on here, and combined with Power of Wishes, you know, Power of Wishes now is in like a pretty good state, or at least it will be after the 8th anniversary. Because, you know, this guy, I'm not really a big fan of this guy's easy. I'll be honest with you. I think he's really undertuned. People give him a pass because you can run him as like a floater who Rainbow Orb changes, but if this guy like takes a hit at all, he's just getting crumpled like paper mache, just like turned into a ball of silly putty and just thrown in the trash. This guy's great, but I don't recommend you summon for him. Oh, there we go. I finally, like, popped my jaw. It's been hurting. This guy will easy A eventually. They're going to be decent on the team. Bulma's amazing. If you summon for Bulma, which you shouldn't have, Bulma's banner was not good. But if you didn't listen to me and you summoned, Bulma's going to be an amazing addition to Power of Wishes. You know, again, both 8th anniversary units. Then I don't know. Like, in this guy. Like, that's about all we got on here. So, anyway, let's get back over here. Let's talk about it some more. So, they infinitely stack attack greatly and normally. So, 18 key, 12 key. I mean, you get the point. Like, it's basically the reverse of this unit. So, whereas this unit was greatly stacking defense, this unit is greatly stacking attack and then raising attack. And then, you know, this is a reverse. So, greatly raise defense for 1 turn, raises defense for 1 turn. So it's just completely reversed to this unit. Other than that, it's the exact same effect. But it does play better to their standby skill. So we'll get to that in a second. Their passive is basically identical, except right down here. This is what is different, and this is what makes them better. So right here, this unit is building up 10% crit chance up to 50% with each super attack. This unit is building up 50% damage reduction, 10% per super attack, up to 50%. This makes them so much better than this unit, because this gives them the ability to take these hard-hitting boss super attacks, because their defense is still going to get up to a really good level, especially after they super attack, and they super attack like 4 or 5 times or whatever, you know, 3 basically minimal on most turns. This unit has no issues tanking, and it's because of this. You know, crit chance is cool. It's flashy. You can do a lot of damage. This is way better. And then their super attack effects here. So they're doing like 1,000,000 super attacks per turn, as we established. These super attack stacks directly impact their standby skill. So their standby skill is very similar to 23rd World Tournament Goku. Now, they have the exact same effect, or I'm sorry, they have the exact same condition as this unit. So as soon as you fall below 50% HP, you can stand by into Vegeta. Just real quick, though, we'll look at show their links. You can pause, look at their links. I feel like I'm not giving this character as much time to talk about, even though I like them way more. But it's just because, like, I don't need to go over their passive as much, because it's literally the exact same, barring this section right here. So, damage reduction, crit chance. This is the same, and this is the same. So, yeah, and then this is just reversed of this. So, you guys can look at it and see, right? Like, it's not hard to decipher. Okay, so their standby. This is where this unit just, like, is actually insane. So keep in mind, you can do this anytime HP falls below 50%. Which, by the way, which team is it? Is it this one? Look who's on Battle of Fate. And look how easy it is to activate their active skill, or their standby skill revive. This is anytime. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Just saying. Okay, so greatly raise attack for 1 turn, colossal damage. Keep in mind, this unit actually does have super attack effects. So they work very similarly to 23rd World Tournament Goku, except for you'll actually see their revive, unlike Goku's, who is just locked into the nether realms that you will never see it. And then again, greatly raise attack on 18 key, mega colossal damage, and raises all superclass allies attack by 40% for 1 turn. Not a big deal. This does affect themselves, though. So this 18 key hits hard. They get attack plus 250% at the start of turn. Additional defense plus 100% when HP is 50% or above. I'm going to tell you, you're not going to see that very often. All allies, key plus 8 and attack plus 80%. Y'all think that's good? Y'all think all allies, key plus 8 and attack plus 80%, is that good? Yes or no? Right now. Right now, is that good? In the comments, let me know. Leave a timestamp. Revives with 100% HP recovered when the character or ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd. An additional attack plus 39% when performing the finish attack. You're like, well, attack plus 39%, that's not bad. Keep in mind, they were stacking previously, right? In their other form, they were stacking pretty rapidly. And then they're going to greatly raise again. If you get to super attack with them, they're going to get to greatly raise. And then they attack, just like 23rd World Tournament Goku. But you know how 23rd World Tournament Goku, whenever you revive with them, it's like, maybe we'll do like 2 million damage. Let me tell you, this unit hits like a freight train on steroids. Like, I generally speaking, I see this unit hitting way harder than the Buu Saga Spirit Bomb. And unless you like really charge up and collect a ton of key spheres and get really lucky with the orbs. This unit just like, I don't know how to describe it to you. This unit hits so hard. But where's the defense? There's none. There is none. But that's by design, right? So that you can actually die with this character. So you don't want to put this character in slot 1. Usually how I like to use this unit is I'll put them, you know, maybe in slot... I like to put them in slot 3. That way, if I trust the units in slot 1 and 2 to not die prior to this unit attacking, I can get some extra damage in on the boss. And then this unit comes in, and then they, you know, super or double super, and they, you know, raise their attacks up. Like, because if you get these effects off, these effects also for the turn affect this finish effect. So they'll have their stacks from the previous form before they stood by. And then if you get both of these off before they attack, they're going to get like both of these greatly raises, this 40% raise. Like, it's going to be insane if this character is able to get that off. And then the Spirit Bomb just hits that much harder. Plus you get all that extra damage done to the enemy. So I've seen this KO screen, like the KO, like both of the units have special KO screens if you're able to get the KO with the Spirit Bomb. The Goku one is, or like the Goku and Vegeta is whenever, you know, obviously if you've seen the end of the Buu Saga, he floats down and he gives Vegeta the thumbs up and they both do it right. That's the special KO screen for this one. This one is Goku like dead on the floor and Pan comes by and is like hugging him with like his family surrounding him. So that is the 8th anniversary LRs. So I definitely think this is the unit that you should be summoning for. I just think you'll get more value out of them. Overall, I just like this unit better, and I think this will age better than just this unit in general. The only thing that saves this unit is this. Like, this is so powerful. This is like good, but it's not this. So keep that in mind. All right, we looked at Battle of Fate. We're going to close that. We looked at Power of Wishes. We're going to close that. Final Trump card. We're going to close that. So right here is the 8th anniversary campaign on JP. Hopefully, I don't lose internet here. We've had like outages all day. So I'm just going to hope that we don't lose internet here. This was their countdown campaign. They had a countdown login bonus. They had this SNS social media campaign. I don't think we've ever gotten this on Global. If we have, let me know. They had a comeback campaign, you know, if you qualified for this. They reopened the Ultimate Speed Battle, and like I think this is the first time they actually brought it to JP, and there were some like missions associated with this. This was fun. This was good. I'm glad JP players finally got this, so we'll see if they revamp this on Global whenever it comes out. They opened up all the Majin Buu Saga and GT story events. I mean, obviously they were going to do that since this was kind of a Buu Saga and GT celebration. And then same thing, they opened up the EZA areas. The what is this? The stamina recovery time dropped from 5 minutes to 3. This is, you know, good, obviously, especially for players that aren't playing the game constantly, like I am. Like, this isn't as good for me because I am like 24/7 link leveling. But for players that aren't, you know, you take breaks from the game, like normal people, this is good. It means your stamina will recharge faster, so whenever you actually hop on the play again, you have more stamina than you normally would. Very good. Baba points, it's just like the general sales that they do, and then 4 times XP from quests. So if you're not at rank 999, now is a great time to grind it. If you're not even at rank 500, again, this will be a great time to grind it. They had these special loading screens for the countdown. So we had, you know, 7 days away, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love whenever they have the special loading screens. Like, I don't know why they can't do this in every celebration and have special loading screens. You know, in the Super 17 fight, why not just have, like, every time you load, instead of having Trunks giving the same, you know, tips for the 100th time, how about we just have, like, scenes from the Super 17, like, card animations or the fight or something like that? I think that'd be really fun, so I can't imagine that this is super difficult to implement, but maybe it is. I don't know. All right, so then part 1. Keep in mind, I was not really a huge fan of the 8th anniversary because I felt like there was not much to do until the end. And people would be like, oh, the anniversaries are always like that. Every celebration is like that. It's like, well, why does it have to be? Why do we have to wait like a month and a half into a celebration for it to be like, oh, guys, it's actually good? You know, why can't we be disappointed in part 1 and say, you know, there's not enough here? You know, I really wish that there was more. You know, it's like, it's a lot of the time in these celebrations, it's like, all right, part 1, whatever. Part 2, whatever. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a whiny baby. Maybe I'm just a big cry, sad, you know, wipe my tears off type of guy. But it's, man, the part 1 was like pretty dry. And it's like, guys, just wait. It'll be good. It's like, okay, you're doing all your advertising at the beginning. New players hop in, right? Or just like players come back and they're like, all right, I summoned. I got the new unit. Now what? And then you're like, you can go grind a story event, you know, you can go do that. And they're like, I don't want to do that. I want to like test the limits of my characters. And it's like, sorry, the new event, not out yet. You got to wait 3 weeks. And they're like, I don't want to wait 3 weeks. And they just like turn it off and never play it again. And it's like, I realize that there's stuff to do between now and then, but you know, people want to feel like they're utilizing the characters properly as soon as they get them, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like there might be a player retention issue with that, but I don't have any actual stats to back that up. That's just me speculating. We had a login bonus, you know, pretty standard. They're giving us these coins, you know, save those up. You can exchange those usually for good stuff like past reward cards, hidden potential orbs, items, Kai's, good stuff with those. And then tickets. Tickets are always good. They give out these rainbow tickets that you can use during Part 2. Whenever they drop the Part 2 banners, you can use them either on the original Dokkan Fest banners or on the Part 2 banners and get a chance at pulling the new units. They also give us like the Spirit Bomb Goku for free this year. So obviously with the 8th anniversary, the theme is Spirit Bomb. If you didn't pick it up on it, it's because like 8 is like 2 Spirit Bombs like pushed together, kind of is what they're going for. What is this? We just had, like, missions. This is going to be your standard missions, you know, consume stamina, level up character super attack, train. It's just basic stuff, right? Gathering energy. I think this is one of those campaigns where it's like, it's based on everyone's progress, so just, you know, the more you play the game, basically, the more energy you build up, and then just give out rewards intermittently. All right, then we have the banners. Let me go ahead and pull these up. All right, so here's the Super Saiyan 3 banner. They're good, like top 10. Good unit, you know, still a top 10 TUR. Fringe top 10 LR, not very good. Sorry, he fell off. Decent, can be used, you know, they're a year old, but they can still be used. Fell off hard. Will be useful after his EZA. Fell off hard and fell off hard. So, you know, whenever we look at this banner, it's like good unit, good unit, good unit, good unit. So this is like a, you know, how I like to do my banner, or like how I like to rank banners is like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 total units. How many are worth summoning for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like a 50% banner, 5 out of 10 banner. Not bad. You know, of the banners that I've used this system on, the Bulma banner, the, like the 23rd World Goku and Ma Jr., and someone else, you know, this is decent. You know, it's like a 50-50 shot. If you get a featured unit, you get a good unit, you know. Maybe you like those odds. I don't. It's like, especially whenever I'm not super high on this unit. But, I don't know. All right, we go over to this unit. All right, so again, 10 units. This one's a 1, a strong 1. 2, 3. Okay, let me just be honest with you. I don't like this unit. I think this unit is really undertuned. I actually really don't like Gamma 2. Gamma 2 is good on the back of Gamma 1, but let me just go head to head, right? I like this unit, or let me phrase. I like this unit, this GT Goku and Vegeta. I like them better than this unit. These units both suck. The banner units both suck, so that's just both zeros. So right now we have 1 point towards the GT banner. We go up against the Gammas. Gamma 1's better. Gamma 1 is better than Gamma 2. That's for free. So that's, you know, now we're tied. All right. Cooler is better than this unit. So now we're back up on the Buu Saga banner being better. If I look at this, Namek, Goku, and both pretty much dead. So there's no real need to bring either of them. Give me a second. All right, there might be a cut there. Let me, you know, rephrase where I was. This unit is better than the Goku and Vegeta. I don't really like the Goku and Vegeta. I don't think they're tuned up enough. So I guess we're at 2 points to 1 point here, and then we get to the Goku and the Frieza, and they're both pretty much dead units, so I can't really give one over the other, so we'll call that even. Same thing with the gods and the Super Saiyan 4s. We'll call those even. UI Goku and Vegeta will give the edge to the the GT banner. So now I believe we're tied again, right? Because we have 1-2 versus 1-2. Okay, and then Gogeta and Vegito are tied again, so, you know, take that as you will. And then this unit, and then basically the last two units are ties. So these banners are basically complete ties in terms of whether or not you get a good unit or not. So I guess just pick the one that intrigues you, but I will say that I think this unit is better, so you should be summoning for this this unit probably. So that's kind of how I would look at this. Now, of the good units on the banner, or like of the modern units, I would say that probably this banner has stronger units, because I think this guy is way stronger than Gamma 2, and I think this guy is way stronger than the Goku and Vegeta, so keep that in mind. Alright, we're going to hop over back to the celebration info. This is just their Dokkan event. They had another 77 ticket multi. You do missions in all 3 parts. They give you enough multis to do this, and that gives you like a few LRs. I don't think they'll change this, so this will probably just be the same. You know, of the good banner units, you got like Piccolo. They might update the banner units, so you might have like Tien and Krillin, you know, characters like that. The Tech Rage Vegeta, Dr. Gero and Mew. You might have them on there. Dr. Gero has 2 banner units now that are like modern and decent. That's crazy. In terms of LRs on here, like Golden Frieza and Merge Zamasu, and like Janemba. I think that's all we really care about. Yeah, not great. Oh, that's right. This is one of those that's like you're guaranteed to get like 1 from each group or something. But you could just get like triple Vegeta and Nappa or something. Anyway. You know, this guy has an easy A. They have an easy A. He has an easy A. They have an easy A, but it sucks. Yeah. We don't need. They just give out tickets for logging in that you can use to summon on this banner. It also has LRs on it. Yeah. I always have bad luck with like both of these, so we will see. Coin exchange, I already kind of talked about the coin exchange. We can just go ahead and look at it. I forgot to, oh well. I was going to open in a new tab, it doesn't matter. Alright, this is what you can get. I know, I'm scrolling at 100 miles an hour, but I already described what you can get from here, right? Okay. So it's just orbs, Kais, old collectible cards, things like that. No, not a big deal. Where were we? They give you a redstone. I don't think there's a single good character with the redstone. I don't. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter. Listen, the redstone, the blue stone, they all kind of suck. Hello. There we go. They give you a purple stone. Well, they don't give you a purple stone. You can buy a purple stone. I'll probably go over these in game whenever we actually get them. Same thing with the redstone. Stone sales, and then there's the new free-to-play units. You can Dokkan Awaken this, like, worthless Bobbity LR. Power of Wishes. They're doing a Power of Wishes skill orb event. Be sure to do that. Every day. Be sure to do that every day. I'm losing steam. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff. There's this new event. Which one is this? This is the Shadow Dragon event. This is where the 8th anniversary Sin Shinron, this guy's the real deal. And you can't bring nukers in here, so it locks you out of this guy, which is bad for, like, Cooler's team. This guy's pretty tough. I might do a run of him and put it up this week and just kind of show how I was able to beat him. But this guy's got the juice, so that's good. That's good to see. There is also, I want to show where's the 8th anniversary battle event? That's what I want to show. That's the important one. It's not this. What is this? What does this do? I don't remember what this does. I don't know. This does something. It does something. I think this, like, replaces Boss Rush. I forget what this actually does, though. Oh, by the way, there's no Boss Rush. I know everybody's crying. I'm sorry. Oh, was this like the gimmick event that was like designed to like test out the spirit bombs or whatever? That's like what this was, right? It was like a big gimmick event. Yeah, that's what this was. Oh, I'm dying. Super Vegito and Boo, they're easy A's. I mean, cool, right? Boos don't really have a good spot to be run right now, and Super Vegito's okay. He can't really tank super attacks, but he can take normals, so I mean, am I complaining too much? Special Battlefield. All the easy A's are opened, all the Dokkan events are opened. The boost timer, or you get more boost, and I think it refills faster. All the hidden potentials open every day, and then the Supreme Kai keys are there. So that's part 1. Part 2, we get more easy A's. This guy's cracked. Like actually, this guy's cracked. This guy's like, but this guy's insane. Let's see, is there anything that really pops out here? More stages get added to the Shadow Dragon event. I think this is a Link level event. Infinite Dragon Ball History. Dude, Super Strike Tien. Yeah, thanks. Raditz EZA. The Carnival banners. Don't summon on this. I'm not even going to show it. Don't summon on this. I'll do that more in depth. We probably won't have a world tournament during ours, but JP had theirs during it because it was delayed from the fan meetup. Part 3. This is what I want to see. So yeah, these guys EZA. That is insane. Rewards. We get the Bobbity and like the Hercule EZAs. These guys suck. We get the final stage. This is when we actually get the Omega. We get a chain battle. So we get their EZAs. Where's the 8th anniversary battle? Am I, like, missing it? I want to show that, because that's, like, important. Give me a second. I'm going to find that. Okay, here we go. I don't know why this wasn't showing up before, but, here we go. It's the 8th anniversary battle event. So, this will be fights against all the anniversary units. So, here we've got, you know, Janemba Gogeta, Goku Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4s, you know, the fusions for the 3rd anniversary, again, the Super Saiyan 4s for the 4th anniversary, the blue fusions for the 5th, UI Goku and Vegeta for the 6th, the gods and the Super Saiyan 4s for the 7th, and then, of course, the 8th anniversary Spirit Bomb units. So, what this event will do, it's unlimited. It's not super hard, but it is a little difficult, so, you know, you can't just walk in here with, you know, this is not a Legic level fight, so it's a little bit better than that. And it gives you these insane equips for these units that just give them a ton of defense, mostly, and then just, like, some crit chance, additional chance. I'll do in-depth guides on the missions whenever these come out on Global, of course, but this is kind of like the closest we've gotten to actually getting unique equipment in Dokkan, which I will say, don't put any, if you haven't put equipment on, like, any of the anniversary units, just don't do it, because, you're about to get some insane equips that really boost their stats. So, keep that in mind. You know, before, like, these units, before you put any equipment on them, just remember you're getting some insane equipment if you clear their event, which is not super difficult. These missions are not very hard, so like, you know, you got to bring competent teams into like some of these later stages, but this is not like a back-breaking event. So I'll do mission guides whenever they come out on global, but this is the last thing I really wanted to talk about, was this 8th anniversary event where we get unique equipment basically for all of the anniversary units. So just keep that in mind. Now, some of these equips, they obviously just copied and pasted across every single anniversary, so they didn't really give much thought to like what these characters actually need. So just like as an example, they gave the gods and Super Saiyan 4s like crit equipment, which they don't really need. Like, you really just want to give them additional silver equipment. You know, they gave them additional gold equipment, which is great, but you really like want to have additional, you know, silver here. But the extra 400 defense is really nice, so you probably just want to use these equips anyway. So same thing with like UI Goku. You probably just want to give him dodge or additional, and they gave him crit, which is like, it's good for the active skill, I guess, but not like vital to the character. But, you know, look at this. Every single character gets an 800 defense bronze equip plus like 400 defense. How much defense is this? 1800. They give every character plus 1800 defense. Except for these. These guys only get 800, but then they get crit and additional, which, you know, they need both. So anyway, that's going to be an hour long. Shout out to my URL bar from earlier. I'm not going to edit that out. I don't think there's anything bad that I need to take out of there. You know, shout out to, like, I don't know, 59 Gaming's Twitch or something that might have been on there. Or, you know, like my YouTube channel page. There's nothing like in this URL bar. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps out, like, a little bit. This is a longer video. Again, this is going to be the only video I put out on Monday. But, you know, I wanted to go ahead and get just, like, general thoughts, general overview going over the 8th anniversary. I'm tired, though. I've been recording this for just, like, an hour straight or something. I don't know. So, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps. Catch you guys next time.